Welcome to my channel everyone. In this video we are going to talk about SUI, Avalanche, HBAR and Dogecoin. Things are many exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. So let's just start with SUI. So for SUI we have set $3.72. Once they break to the upside we should see the $3.88. Ignore those drawings which I have done here, right, this one. This was just for a friend. When we were here, how the price can develop, that we can directly get into the $3.88, which we did. Or we sell off to get a new retest and afterwards $3.88. So I can take this one out of the chart. I forgot to take it out. So basically, what I think for SUI is, the overall market doesn't look good in my opinion. We went into all the take profits areas for the first push. Also, we can also say here, this also looks like a head and shoulders formatation. We didn't break the $3.63 to the downside, so this is the only positive news. But we lost support. And for that I can just make this trend line here a bit longer. So you can see that here we got resistance and here we got support quite often. Now we lost it to the downside. So I would just give you the price mark because it is still possible that $3.75 is going to get hit as a retest. There I would increase my position size for a short position for SUI because I think this is going to happen afterwards. Breaking the $3.88 to the upside would invalidate my speculation, but I think that next week we are going to see a huge crash with the Fed doing rate cuts of 0.25%. That is going to happen. Then I think it's going to crash a little bit. What means a little bit? $3.30. Once it breaks to the downside, $3.08. Once the $3.08 breaks to the downside, far lower prices for SUI. The USDT dominance is also very bullish right now. We can expect for Ethereum a 20 to 25% correction to the downside, even 30% in its maximum extension. And if this is going to happen, then the altcoins can also sell off 30 to 40%. So keep that in mind. I think this is going to happen in the next weeks. Midterm, afterwards altcoin season for specific coins. So we are currently in the altcoin season for Ethereum, for BNB, for Hype. Solana is also very good right now, but it's missing for example SUI, Avalanche, HBAR, Dogecoin. Once they all sell off, I think those are the next coins which have their altcoin season before they also sell off. And then the mid caps are going to see the altcoin season. So it's swapping. It's not like all coins are simultaneously going up within the altcoin season. It is more about first into the large caps, like from Bitcoin into the large caps, from the large caps into the mid caps, from the mid caps into the small caps, from the small caps into the micros, and from the micros even into those shitcoins. So this is always how an altcoin season works. There's nothing more to say about SUI right now. So what about Avalanche? So for Avalanche, I think we have predicted it pretty good. $28.90 to $30.30. We even overshot the target a bit. So what do I think now? I would look for this price movement, which I think is going to happen in the next weeks. We are also kind of forming here the first bearish chart pattern, so we have to see if this was here the left shoulder. If the head already got formed, and we are going to see another top, so we have a head and shoulders formatation with an upwards trend line, neckline, or if we are going to sell off a bit more, and then we have here a possible head and shoulders formatation, which we break to the downside. So those are the chart patterns to identify this kind of price movement here to the downside. So this is just a speculation. Once I have chart patterns on the chart, then I also have real targets. The chart patterns are just missing right now. We have to form them. This is pretty normal. So basically, let's see what Avalanche is going to do. I can still expect that this price movement here looks kind of corrective. So it might be even possible that we are going to see another push into the top area right here. Then we are just going to form a double top pattern, which is also a bearish chart pattern once we break it to the downside. Also short. I'm already short for all the altcoins, but this is based on the USDT dominance. So if we now look over HBAR, for HBAR we have said here, breakout retest of a falling wedge. Target was the 25.5 cents to 25.8 cents in its maximum extension. Look where we went. We just wigged into that. So that's why taking profits, if we are in long positions, is a bit better, taking them a bit earlier. So I can say if I want to take profits right here, then I might miss a few percentages to the upside. So basically from this case, 0.6 cents, even if we would have gone a bit higher, 2.2%. So I'm missing out those kind of percentages to the upside, so possible profits for a long trade. But I save myself from this kind of price movement. HBAR looks short to me, and I can take this one to, let's just put it to the right side so we can see a bit better. I think that this scenario is going to happen. It looks to me that we have here an head and shoulders formatation, which already broke to the downside, got its retest. Maximum extension is going to be the 23 cents. If we are going to sell off more, we have to see if we form more chart patterns, which we can trade in the future. Otherwise, 17.5%. This is currently my target for HBAR. And I don't care if this is going to happen. Then we just are going to form a double top pattern, which we afterwards can break to the downside, and then we have even lower price targets. So depending on the chart patterns, we can trade. But overall target, I still think that we see the altcoins far cheaper than they are right now. Afterwards, altcoin season for HBAR. If we now look over Dogecoin, then we have set Dogecoin 26.77 cents. This is the target. But since we are so bullish, we can extend the target into the area between 31.1 cents to 28.5 cents. More focus is in that area because there is more support. So this was the area between 30.3 cents to 31.2 cents. So we went into 30.6 cents, so basically into that stronger resistance, and we got our sell-off so far. What I would look for is we can retest the purple box again. Here's the price mark. From there, sell off. We can also directly sell off, and this is going to happen once we break the 27.3 cents to the downside, so basically taking out the lows which we had right now 3 or 4 hours ago. Once we take those lows to the downside, then Dogecoin is continuing getting short to me into 26 cents. Once we lose it, 24 cents. An overall target for Dogecoin, 18 cents for the midterm. So with that said, everything looks bearish to me, even though we got a nice price movement to the upside. I think that on the short term, yes, we can still get a bit more up. It is possible that we are going to form different kind of bearish chart patterns. But in my opinion, the push is done for the cryptos. And I think that next week and the weeks afterwards, we are going to see a huge sell-off, which most people don't expect at the moment. And afterwards, we have to get into nice long positions down below here for the altcoin season, where Dogecoin can make 100, 200, 300% to the upside. So we see each other in the render tower, Kaspa and ONDO update.